Hi, Year 2. So we're on English for Tuesday the 26th of January. Today we're going to be finishing off our story on Jack and the Baked Beanstalk, reading to the end, and then we are going to be writing our own review. This week is going to be the final week of Jack and the Baked Beanstalk. We're going to be writing our own story based on the plot. But for today, we're going to review it and sort of see what we thought of the story. So let's carry on reading together. Snap went the beanstalk, and down, down, down fell the giant. Crash, bang, wallop. Right on top of the new flyover. Oh dear, the council's not going to be happy. I'm going to read this bit. I just thought this picture was really funny with the giant sentence, so I made it all big. Cars skidded in all directions, but fortunately no one was hurt. Are you all right? Asked Jack, who had luckily reached the ground just in time. No, said the giant, as an enormous tear splashed onto the concrete below. Then another and another. Now the beanstalk's broken. I can't go home. And without my money to count, I've got nothing to do. Whatever will become of me? It isn't that bad, said Jack thoughtfully. At least you're with your friends, and if you tried doing something you enjoy, you might find it more interesting than counting money. And that is the story of how the Baked Beanstalk Cafe became the famous place it is today. It's much bigger than the old place in almost every way. If you're ever passing, I suggest you call in. You can say hello to the giant chicken or listen to the jumbo radio that plays fantastic music all day. The baked beans and eggs are always free, and to top it all, they have a very, very famous cook. So a happy ending for our story. The giant ended up coming down the beanstalk after all, and he is now the cook at the famous cafe. And if you can see on this picture, there's a part of the beanstalk still remaining, and the chicken's there, and the giant, and they are all happy. So nice to have a happy ending. Your book review today, so I've copied a few examples over. I'm not overly concerned about how you set it out today, apart from doing it in maybe sections, so maybe about the plot, about what it's about, maybe about your opinion on the story, your favourite part maybe. So these are just some examples of how you could set yours out today. Okay, so I'm going to model mine with you. So the title is obviously Jack and the Baked Beanstalk. The author, so the author is the person, everybody, who writes the story, and the author is Colin Simpson. How many stars would I give it out of 5? I'd give it 1, 2, 3. I'd give it a good 4 stars out of 5, I think. And then what is the book about? So for this section, you're obviously going to write a little bit, maybe a short paragraph about what the book is about, so that if anybody reads this, they'll think, oh yeah, I might give that a read. So the book is about a young boy, named Jack. He lives with his mum and dog Bella, and they own a cafe. However, when the council decide to build a flyover, the cafe misses out on business, and no one is able to visit. Jack meets a stranger who changes all of this for him. Exclamation mark. The stranger offers Jack some magic beans, and his adventure starts from this point. It's going to leave it on a sort of cliffhanger. So if anybody's reading my review, they might think, oh, I want to find out what happens. So this book is about a young boy named Jack. He lives with his mum and dog Bella, capital B for Bella, and they own a cafe. However, when the council decide to build a flyover, the cafe misses out on business and no one is able to visit. Jack meets a stranger who changes all of this for him. The stranger offers Jack some magic beans, and his adventure starts from this point. Okay. Would I recommend this book? So that means, would I tell a friend to read it? Yeah, I think I would. Yes, I would recommend this book because it is funny and has an important message behind it. I loved that it was a twist on the more traditional tale. And then finally, what was my favourite part? I think I love the ending the best. So my favourite part was the end where the giant became the cook for the cafe and everyone was happy. Okie doke. So if you want, you can set your book review out like mine. If you want to choose a different style, that's absolutely fine. If you want to draw a picture at the end, brilliant. Obviously make sure your work's nice and neat, check it through and write in lovely clear sentences. Okay, thank you.